You're invited to The Man's Bartender, the show that teaches you how to make the very same mixed drinks you can get at your favorite bar for a fraction of the cost and without them being watered down. We save you from dealing with that crazy drunk lady who's doing that weird dance in the middle of the bar, as well as that awkward exit through the back door to where the cops are waiting to arrest you. Today, we're going to be making up the famous drink, Tom Collins. Join us. Hello, and welcome to the second year of The Man's Bartender. Now, we have been away for a while, but we knew that there was an endless list of recipes for mixed drinks, and we wanted to share them with you. I enjoyed the show so much last season, I had to bring it back this season. Now, today on The Man's Bartender, we continue our ever-growing quest to have you make at home what you have to pay about a 2,000% markup for at a bar. And we know that if you buy liquor at a bar, it's going to be watered down. Today's cocktail special will be the Tom Collins with the twist. Now, anything we do on this channel is going to have a twist to it. I'm not stuck on that old fuddy-duddy tradition when it comes to great tasting mixed drinks, and nor should you be. And I got a story I'll tell you after a while about when I was in the military. My first sergeant said about going out and paying for mixed drinks when you can do that right there in the barracks. So, the Tom Collins requires very few ingredients to make it, but it's a smooth cocktail made from gin. And so we're going to be using some gin today to make that, lemon juice, some simple syrup. Simple syrup is nothing more than a result from cooking sugar and water. So you can buy a simple syrup at the store, but I always make my own. And the last part will be carbonated water when you make a Tom Collins, but I'm not going to use that. Like I said, it's a twist. We're going to do some Red Bull because that's carbonated for me. Now, the Tom Collins is as old as about 1876 and was the first quoted by Mr. Terry Thomas, who was known as the father of American mixology. So if you go to school to be a bartender, you study on him. Now, this gin and what's called a sparkling lemonade mixture together is typically served in a Collins glass, and that's what we call here, about this size, a 6 or 7 inch tall glass. And you serve that with ice. We have the ice here. So for this drink, we will be using gin. And like I said, gin is distilled as an alcoholic drink that derives its noticeable flavor because it's made with juniper berries. Gin originated as a medicinal type liquor made by monks and alchemists across the European continent, particularly in the southern Italy and Flanders and the Netherlands. So when we do this today, hey, we're going to think about those guys who did it way back then. For this Tom Collins recipe, we're going to use the following. So we're going to use about 2 ounces of New Amsterdam gin. So take that nice little top off there. And we want to mix the liquid ingredients before we put the ice in. So at the top I have 1 ounce there. So we're going to put 1. You can almost feel the heat coming off of that gin. 1 more makes 2. There we go. So that's all you need. Tom Collins, 2 ounces. We're going to use 1/2 of the simple syrup. So the other side upside down is 1/2. We're going to use 1/2 of the lemon juice. You can get that lemon juice just before I had these lemon slices cut up. I squeezed the juice from 1 lemon. And so that's what it is. So we're going to use about 1/2 of lemon juice. That's simple. Nothing more. Nothing amazing. Now to that, you want to go ahead and add your ice. So we're going to add the ice. Not only is that's going to cool down the drink, but it's going to provide a certain amount of water that drink needs. The milk over time, not immediately. Nobody wants a watered down drink. If you do, you can go to a bar and get that, right? All right, so we add a few more in. could go faster. Alright. Not too much. There we go. We'll leave it up to the bartender. Now to that, what we want to do is going to add the Red Bull. Now, you could add tonic water to that instead, but like I said, Red Bull has a certain taste, and it also, if you have Red Bull with the mixed drink, it goes to the brain much quicker, get your buzz much quicker. So we're going to top that off with the Red Bull. That's perfect there. Bartender's swivel spoon to the bottom. Just go ahead in a few concentric circles. There was not a wash machine. And she's good. The smell, especially with that Red Bull in there. It's good. We can top her off with a lemon there, that lemon wedge right on the edge of the glass. We'll take another one of those wedges of lemon. We put it right down in there for flavor. We put it right down at the bottom, and that'll interact with that alcohol very well. Stay at the top one too. Doesn't bother me. Okay. Cheers. There is absolutely nothing that you can buy on the market that's a mixed drink like those coolers or whatever that will come anywhere close to touching that. As a matter of fact, if you use that combination, that's the New Amsterdam gin, Red Bull, lemon juice, simple syrup, which as I said before is nothing more than water and sugar slowly stirred over warm heat, and let it cool down, along with that lemon as a wedge, tastes great. Now I promise you I'll tell you a story a minute ago. Now when I was in the military and I lived in the barracks, you could only have 1 6-pack of beer per soldier. Any more than that, you get in trouble. And you keep that in your refrigerator. So if you have 2 guys in a room, that's 12 beers. Can't have any hard alcohol. So what happened was all the guys would go out to the clubs or the bars and get drunk, and sometimes they get like DWIs. So the guy who was in charge of the unit, the first sergeant, he didn't like that. So he got tired of his soldiers like getting arrested or getting DUIs. He said, hey look, you can't have hard alcohol in the barracks, but I really don't care when it comes to something like getting a DUI and hitting somebody with a car or hurting somebody. He said, do that stuff upstairs. You don't have to pay for watered down drinks. And at that time, a watered down drink may cost, I guess, $5, $6. This is in the 80s. You know, I mean a little shot glass. Of course, that amount is astronomical today, but you get what I'm saying. So there's nothing that you can get at the bar that you can't create right there at home. And you notice I use the same size that you would buy at the liquor store instead of the larger ones that we used to have on a man's bartender. You don't even need a barrel shaker to make it. Simple ingredients. You don't even need the bartender swivel spoon. You could have got a spoon out of the kitchen drawer, don't matter. You didn't need the tongs. You could have got your nasty hands down, ice put in there, wouldn't care. You could always get the Red Bull right down the street. The lemon, try not to get a mealy lemon. Some of the stores got those little cheap dry mealy lemons. Get a good one. If you want to get the juice out of it real good, take that lemon, put it on the counter, roll it back and forth, makes it soft, okay? So until we see you guys again on the Man's Bartender, watch out for the DUIs, public intoxication, get you arrested. Invite your friends over, make a Tom Collins, and we'll see you again next time in the Man's Bartender.
ZG, baby. You know what?
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
Hot flame in his.
Yeah, and the bros, Nitro.
You already know.
With the nice flow, let's go. Hey, 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 hey.